Now. Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Ashabrak Thumb. Yahweh Shemar Thab Bashim Al Shah. Priest and officer of 1,000 Malakio. And then the Tuesday Brotherhood class. You understand? Anybody got any questions, any comments? Type them in the chat. We're going to get right to it. You understand? This Brotherhood class is really what the Bible is about. You know what I mean? Each class is definitely important. And they worth watching. Understand me? The Brotherhood class is really what all of the law is about. You understand? Brotherhood, history, that's about the Bible. Lashawan Kodash, that's what they're speaking of in heaven now. You understand? Brotherhood class is really what the Bible is about. You understand? Christ said that, love God like you love yourself. Like you understand? Paraphrasing it loosely. And he said, the greatest commandment is, to love your brother. That's what everything inside this Bible is referring to. The laws is brotherhood. You understand me? That's what the laws are. You trying to make sure that somebody, don't sin against God. Even if people see us and they say, oh, well, y'all too harsh, or, we come across too aggressive. But at the end of the day, the message is going to be the same. Understand? We trying to get people to stop going against God so that they can stop going to jail, stop being single parents. You understand? Stop murdering each other. Stop having to go to funerals. Listen, man, in Philadelphia, it's a huge Muslim population. You understand? It's huge. And right around the corner from this school is a burial ground for Muslims. And before I knew what it was, I thought that it was like a masjid because it was always people just in and out of there. You understand, like lines of cars. Like, I really thought it was a masjid. How busy it was. You understand me? We always saying this. You understand? Keep these laws so that you don't gotta keep going to funerals. You understand me? Gotta keep on going to funerals over and over again. I don't know how many funerals people have been to. This is all brotherhood. We saying, man, stop worshiping that rock. Allah ain't gonna do nothing for you. He ain't do nothing for the city of Philadelphia yet. Stop worshiping that white Christ. The Christian church ain't gonna do nothing for you. Understand? We've been Christians, we've been Muslims for hundreds upon hundreds of years. And yet we still in the same predicaments. We still living from check to check. We still out here fussing and fighting and upset and going through mourning. You understand me? These laws will turn all that around. It will turn everything around for you. You understand? At the end of the day, we still cursed. So you still want to go through your problems, but you understand that these problems aren't meant to break you down. These problems is because God see your progress. He see that you coming to serve him. You understand me? That's where your problems come from when you really serve the Lord. And it's like a fine line, you understand? It's like a fine line between you going through problems because, the Lord is trying to break you down, and you going through problems because the Lord is trying to test you and trying to improve you. And you got to ask yourself, if you got to battle every other day, you understand, you should ask yourself, man, am I doing what the Lord tell me I should be doing? Why you got to keep on fighting and battling to prove yourself to God every other day? That should be a sign right there. You stressed out every other day. It's like, damn, how much do God need to see from you? You understand? That should be a sign right there. You understand me? That should be a good sign that you might not be serving the right God. You understand? You might not be serving the right God. The reason why our people don't really want to come into the truth, it's not because they don't understand it, because they understand exactly what we're saying. The truth just goes against what they want to do. You understand? That's all it is. The truth goes against what they want to do. So they might say, oh, y'all being too aggressive. Oh, y'all too hostile. Y'all this and that. But in all reality, they know exactly what we're saying makes sense. But they just want to go out and smoke weed. They want to go out and have sex with different people and leave them. You understand me? That's really the issue behind our people not wanting to accept this truth, because all we're doing is giving you brotherhood. But this brotherhood goes against what you want to do. You understand? Give me Titus chapter 1, verse 16. You understand? This, like how Christ said, love your brother as you love yourself. That's the greatest law. You understand? Ain't no law greater. Of course, all of the laws are the same. Like if you break one, God not gonna be like, oh well, they keeping the rest of these laws, so I ain't really worrying about that one. That's not the case, because if you keeping the laws, then you should know better. It's not like God gonna be like, all right, well, let's just give him a break, because he's keeping all these laws, but this law he don't want to keep, so I ain't really gonna expect that. You understand? All the laws are the same, but the most important law for you to remember is to love your brother like you love yourself. And every other law will just fall in place. You understand? Every other commandment will just fall in line. We've been taught from a young age, hell, don't do anything other that you don't want done to yourself. You understand? We've heard it. We haven't really been taught it, though. You understand? It's a lot. We haven't really been taught it. We just hear it. You understand? Because our parents, the generation before us, don't really instill these things into us. Understand? They might just nag your ear off. They might just, put you on punishment. A father might just beat you, send you to your room, and then have a conversation with you afterwards, and then just never bring it back up. But you really have to be reiterating things to your children, because the media is going to be pushing it over and over and over and over again. You understand? These celebrities, they're going to be doing the same thing. And it don't matter who it is, it's just going to be a different person with the same spirit that's trying to teach your kids the wrong thing to do. You understand? Like Cardi B, man, in the past week, she was spotted throwing a mic at two different people. You understand? Just childish. All because something ain't go her way or whatever the case is. You understand? Knowing that you are a public figure, you got little girls looking up to you. You don't got a choice but to have people looking up to you, because you're put in that limelight. You understand? You put in that limelight. And of course, everybody go through their days where they have their emotions, but you got to watch out how you're carrying yourself, because there's people looking up to you. You understand? And that's really, nothing different than the woman that we see down here that's not rich. You understand? Throwing a temper tantrum, just letting their emotions get the best of them. I don't know the in-depth details about what happened. You just know what you see. And you can definitely correlate what she did with a random woman out here in these streets. Just get emotional, and they don't care about the people that's looking up to them. They don't care about the influence that they might have on the next generation. You understand me? We idolize these celebrities so much, and every time they show us that they ain't no better than somebody that's down here, just regular working 9 to 5, they the same people, but yet we still idolize them. You understand? It don't matter what it is. Like Keke Palmer, she was so highly esteemed for so long. They seemed like, oh, you couldn't find no smudge on her record or nothing. You understand? But of course, lo and behold, time passed, and you see her dancing on stage with Usher while she got a man at home. Same thing with your girl going to the club and dancing with other niggas. You understand? Your girl don't got to be rich and famous or an actor. All of these accolades, in a sense, they are the same people like us down here at the bottom. our mind is so focused on having so much money that when we see somebody with a lot of money, we just gravitate towards them, as if having all that money make them wise and make them somebody different. But no, and in all reality, having all that money just means that they are good at this one particular thing. Not they're a well-rounded person. Jay-Z is good at rapping. That's it. You understand? Cardi B is good at rapping. Kiki Palmer is good at acting. It don't mean that she's good at being a parent, but yet people still idolizes her. You understand me? These people are actors. They are entertainers. You don't even know how they really act behind closed doors. All these damn Megan Thee Stallions rapping about how she don't need a man, but then she cuffed up. Cuffs behind closed doors. After she put that mic down, she's going home to her man. But she out here pushing this image. And guess who's going to fall victim to it? Little kids. You understand? People with that childish mindset. That's who's going to fall victim to it. And us as parents, or even as, you know, the generation that comes before, we have to be mindful that the media ain't on our side, man. Social media is not on our side. They're going to push and push whatever nonsense that they have to push to us constantly. And we got to be watchmen over our people, especially over the younger people, man. We got to be watchmen over them. Read what you got.
God, in the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 6. If any be blameless, the husband of one wife.
So like a 1 and 16.
It's the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 16. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny him.
They profess that they know God, but in works they deny him. You understand? Christ spoke about this. He said, these people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Right. You go through all the media, you see everybody claiming they love God. Even everybody claiming that they love Allah and all the other gods. You know, they got it all everywhere tatted on them, crosses on a chain, you understand, in their bio, posting scriptures. But it says, but in their works, they deny him. You understand? And this is the people that we're allowing our children to look up to. You understand? People that deny God in their works, that doesn't show brotherhood, that's willing to do anything for $1. You understand? Because their whole life is just surrounded by money. That's all they care about is money, 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 money. You understand? These celebrities just care about money. They don't care about the effect that they really have on people. They don't care about it. Understand? Cardi B, you know, it's a video where that WAP song was playing and she ain't want her kids to listen to it. Right. You understand? But she'll teach your daughter that. You understand? She'll play it on the airwaves. She'll go out and make that song because it'll make her money. Just something simple as that. Not saying that, oh, she's responsible for what your kids listen to, but your kids is going to find a way to hear it. It ain't no way around it. You can't shield your children off from the world because they're going to find a way to listen to it and hear it, and there's going to be other kids that's going to play it around them or DM them a video that got that song attached to it or whatever the case is, or when they go to school or when they're on a school bus. You understand? Your kid's going to find a way to listen to it, and she's not mindful enough to make a song that's not promoting being a hoe. You understand? That's not promoting that. Like I said, she promoting songs about being a hoe, but then she turned around and she's in a relationship. You understand? She's in a relationship. Don't got no respect for that man at all. You understand? Don't have no respect. Or at least this is the character that she's portraying to the world. Because like I said, these people are entertainers. You understand? That's why you see celebrities always dating other celebrities, because that stuff keeps them relevant. They don't really care about these people. Understand? This is just somebody, you know, who is going to keep them relevant in the public's eye to help making them money. But that's the type of people that, you know, we have teaching our children things daily, constantly. This world is constantly teaching our children, the younger generation, how to go against God, how to profess that they love God. When they get in a war, they always saying, oh, first things first, all blessings to God. Without him, nothing is possible. But then they turn around and their works don't profess it. Their works deny him. And that's the people that we are allowing to, have rule over our children's mind. It's a battlefield. You understand? It's a battlefield raising children, or even just trying to cleanse your own mind. It's a battlefield because this world is going to constantly add pressure. And if you're not fighting back, then you're losing. If you're not combating what this world is trying to put into your children's mind, then you're losing. You understand? You can't just say something to them once and then expect that you did your job. You understand? I understand that bills and everything is weighing us down, and we don't got enough money because we're cursed. But you still have your job to do, and that's raise up them kids better than you was raised up. You understand? Raise up them kids and go to war with the constant pressure of the world. The constant pressure. You understand? These people that we are letting influence our kids, their works deny God. Read what you got.
Being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work
reprobate. It's a hard word, isn't it?
Reprobate.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Hold on. Salaki. It says reprobate, an unprincipled or depraved person. You understand? That's what we're allowing to influence our children. Somebody who is unprincipled. And most of the times it'd be us as parents, as the older generation. It'd be us. You understand? We don't take enough accountability of the children that we're raising, because our children is not going to be the next generation. It's going to be the generation after that. But we still raising these kids. You understand? We can't really complain about how this generation coming up behind us is this, that, and the third, but then we're raising a generation that's going to be worse. We can't complain about it. You understand? That falls on us. Read on.
Verse 2. Chapter 2.
Yep.
But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine.
It says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. You understand? Speak to these kids about something that's going to stick with them. Not just when you're angry or when you feel bad that you just curse them out or beat them and send them to their room. Like speak to them and try to give them lessons. You understand? Try to give them lessons, because no matter what you do, it's not going to stop them from continuing to do it. They just going to try to be more sneaky. You understand? Like I've heard I think we all heard the phrase like the most strict parents create the sneakiest kids. You understand? Because you coming down with them with all these restrictions and punishments. You understand? It's not going to change their mind. That's what the Bible was about. That's why Christ came, because he knew that killing somebody ain't going to make them stop doing what they're doing, because they're dead. You understand? It's not going to make somebody else who witnessed this person get stoned because they've broke a law. It's not going to make that person that witnessed it stop what they're doing. It's just going to make them try to be more sneaky behind it. You understand me? Christ understand that, and that's why Christ came. Christ came so that he can teach them Understand me? The whole New Testament, all these books is about Christ teaching people why they shouldn't be doing it. You understand? What they're doing is wrong, and the spirit behind it. Gave the spirit behind the law. You understand? You tell your kids you can't do this or that, and then what happens? You know, you put them on punishment. That's not going to stop them from actually doing it. You got to break it down to them and talk to them like they're a person. You understand? Just because they're your kid don't mean you have to be rude and loud and, just beating them. You understand? Just putting your foot down, especially fathers. Like, you just put your foot down because you can't, because nobody in that house can take you. You understand? You really have to break it down to them, teach it to them over and over and over and over again. Kids' minds is already all over the place. You're gonna have to keep on reiterating it, teaching it to them, telling them why it's happening, why it's not happening, what you should do, what you should look for. You understand? And that way, you're not really trying to shield them from the world, but you're trying to teach them how to navigate through it. You understand? That's what you're doing. You're trying to teach them how to navigate through life because they're going to experience it. They're going to experience it. And it says, speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. Read on.
Verse 2, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, and charity, and patience.
You understand? It says that the aged men, these are the things that aged men should be, because they was being taught these things, not being so led by their emotions. That's what you're seeing out here on these streets. You understand? Growing up, we think that we see a man, all these tattoos, trying to sell drugs, got a gun on his waist, shooting up everybody, fighting everybody. We think, he's an aggressive man. We think that he's a thug, and in all reality, he's just emotional. You understand? He was never taught how to control his emotions. That's really all that is. He wasn't taught how to be sober-minded. You understand? How to focus, how to see different possibilities. You understand? See different outcomes. Just one-track minded. You understand me? He wasn't taught that by the people in the generation that came before him. Probably wasn't taught that by his parents. You understand? He wasn't taught to be grave and temperate and sound in faith. That's why you see all these men, they get to a certain age, they probably go to jail and they change their religion. You understand? Because they wasn't taught these things from a young age. You understand? They wasn't given this amount of brotherhood. They wasn't given to it. You understand? Because their parents was probably so stressed out and caught up in whatever nonsense. The Bible say that our people is destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Since we, I'm forgetting what it say. It say, since we forget our God, he will forget our children. Right. Understand? Because we don't remember these laws. We don't remember what's right to teach somebody because we don't do it ourselves. If we not living this life, we can't teach it to our kids. All we worried about is going to work and paying these damn bills. All we probably worried about is dropping our kids off at their grandma's house and going out and having fun. You understand? When your grandma raised you, that kid, grandma raised that mother, and she just giving another kid to raise and girl be destroyed. You understand? We forget the laws that our God gave us. So it's natural for us to forget to teach it to our kids. Just overlook it. We've heard growing up for so long, oh, I put clothes on your back, a roof over your head, food in your stomach. You understand? And that is what a lot of us believe parenting is. You understand? You just giving them clothes to wear, food in their stomach, and you paying the bill. When that is literally the bare minimum of being a parent. The bare minimum. But yet we get into a relationship and we want the most from our partners. we won't settle for the bare minimum. So like, we won't settle for the bare minimum from our partners, but that's what we give to our children. That's what we give to our kids. You understand? We have to actually teach them how to control their emotions, how to navigate through life. It's not about just giving them food and clothes in the house. You understand? Because everybody had it. Even rich people have it, and they kids still grow up to be disrespectful. You understand? We see it with Esau all the time. You understand? He'll curse his mom out, and they grew up in a nice house, 5 bedrooms. You understand? A pool, a Lamborghini. They driving a Lambo at 18, and they still grow up and be rude because it don't matter if you just giving them clothes and you providing for them financially, because it's still other aspects of being a parent. You understand? There's still other aspects of raising a child. And that's really what, a lot of women focus on. Like, they'll be so focused on trying to get this man on child support so that they can provide financially for their child, but they're not nearly as focused on providing for that child emotionally. You understand? They're not nearly as focused on giving that child morals and standards and principles and actual like lessons, but their mind is just focused so much on providing. Same thing with fathers too. You understand? There'll be a weekend dad or something, and they think that they come around and buy gifts and buy toys that makes up for it. That's going to mean that they're being a good father. You understand? There's more aspects of parenting than the finances. You really got to teach these kids, especially these men. You have to instill things inside of them. You understand? It says that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and in patience. Especially the patience part. Being a man, you really have to exercise that patience and practice being patient, because you know that one wrong move in a situation can turn things from bad to worse. You got to learn how to be patient, not just so fast to look for the end goal. You got to reach those small milestones. You understand? You dealing with a woman, she's going to give it to you quick. You understand? And you want that's going to come back and bite you in the ass. You understand? If you can't wait for this woman, even if she's throwing herself on you, if you can't wait and really try to get to know her, really see what her life is about and not just what she's portraying to you, then you're going to be in a world of hell. You understand? All because you're not patient enough. You want to go out and make some fast money, sell some drugs, because that's money right there in your pocket. No tax, no nothing. You don't got to get no debit card. You don't got to hook up a banking number and a routing number. That's just money in your pocket. That's fast money. You don't want to be patient. You understand? And go out and work and make an honest living. It's going to come back for you. You understand? There's so many different things that being patient will get you. So, can I get a bottle of water? You understand? There's so many different things that being patient, especially as a man, just you being patient will work in your favor. Even though that fast, immediate pleasure is so tempting, it's not good for you. It's not good for you at all. It's going to feel good. You understand? It's going to feel amazing. But you're forgetting the consequences that come with it. The consequences that comes from you rushing things. I ain't gonna lie, like, you going out and trying to sell drugs and getting money in your pocket ASAP, it's a beautiful feeling. It's beautiful. It's amazing. You understand? You going out and having sex with somebody on the first link, it's a wonderful feeling. You ain't gotta lie and ask them about their day and remember their birthday. You don't have to do nothing. You just talk to them. You understand? And got some yams. It's a beautiful feeling. But the consequences that come with that will make you regret every second of it. Every second of it. You understand? Because you're not being patient enough. This, of course, goes for men and women, but like I said, especially men. You can ruin your life over a short period of time.
Right.
You're going out to sell drugs. It don't take long to sell drugs.
Right.
You call them up, y'all meet somewhere discreet. You slip him the money. He slip you the bag, and you're on your way. Just that small, quick interaction of 5 seconds. You understand? Y'all probably see each other. Hey, what's up? Dap up, walk away. By then, everything done. Just by you walking up to somebody and giving them a handshake, you made money. That's it. Those small seconds, you deal with a shorty, and y'all go and have sex. Let's say for 40 minutes, right? Let's say for 40 minutes, right? That 40 minutes could ruin the next 18 years of your life. Imagine it, 40 minutes compared to 18 years. You understand me? A quick handshake could ruin your life because you trying to sell drugs to get that fast money, not being patient. You understand? And this stuff comes from us not teaching it to our kids. Not only not teaching it, but you're not living it yourself.
Right.
You understand me? Like in boxing, when a person get dropped, they got 10 seconds to get up. The ref going to ask him, do you want to continue? Of course, the boxer going to say, yeah. But if he's not showing it, if his eyes ain't there, if he don't know who to look at, then the ref going to stop the fight. Because it's about his gesture. It's about what he's showing. If you just saying something and you're not showing it, then it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing at all. Now, I ain't saying that you got to be absolutely perfect and following everything by the time you have kids, but at least be on that journey, on that path, so that you can actually teach your kids something that you're doing. Because then you'll be able to guide them through the emotions that they feel.
Right.
You understand? You're going to get in depth, and it's not just like you speaking to them, from just your idea of what it's like. You're going to be speaking to them about exactly what happens. Okay, you're going to date a woman, you're going to love her, she probably going to break your heart, and then you're going to be sad, and then you're not going to want to take anyone serious. You understand? Like, you're teaching them from the standpoint of wisdom and experience, not just knowledge. You understand? Knowledge don't mean nothing. Time don't mean nothing if you're not gaining wisdom from it and you're not applying it to your life. You can know everything about about what happens when you do this or don't do it, but if you're not applying that to your life when you get tested again in that same manner, then you can't. Then that knowledge you have doesn't mean nothing. You understand? You really have to live it yourself to really make that impression on somebody. Like Gen.YAHANNA said, like, when you keep these laws, your teachings will become stronger. You understand? They will become more powerful because now you actually get to see, you get more insight on what happens when you get tested or tempted or when you got a battle. You understand? It's not just like, all right, I got this battle and I failed it, and this is how I feel. It's like, I got this battle and I got through it. I seen the emotions that came with it. This is how I dealt with those emotions. You understand? Because the emotions going to be the same. The same situation is going to be the same emotions. And a lot of times, those emotions really take control. You understand? They just take full control. Like how I said, a young man going to date a woman. He's going to fall in love with her. She's going to go be a hoe or something and leave him, and it's going to break his heart. If he's not taught how to manage those emotions, then he's going to grow up and just be having sex with anybody and breaking their hearts and lying to them and leaving them. And he can't never trust a woman because this, and the third, because what happened to him when he was 13. You understand? Of course, it's the same for women too, but we're talking about the aged men. You understand? Men right now in their 30s, late 20s, early 30s, 35. You understand? They're still out here just having sex with anybody because they got their heart broke when it was 13. You understand? Because they wasn't taught how to, of course, be patient. They wasn't taught how to be temperate. They wasn't taught how to be sober-minded, especially when they're dealing with a heartbreak or when they're dealing with a hard time. You understand? A lot of men been through it, but they never took the right route because they wasn't taught how to manage these emotions and how to be patient. Read on.
This is verse 3. The aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things. Verse 4.
You understand? This stuff goes back to just being taught. That's what the whole lesson is about. You understand? Teaching somebody. Of course, you want to go through life yourself, make the wrong decisions, and you're going to learn, okay, I should not have done that.
Right.
You understand? With age come knowledge, not wisdom. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter how many things you've been through. Because if you still find yourself in the same predicament, doing the same things, facing the same consequences that you faced when you was 10 years younger, then that age and that knowledge doesn't mean anything. That was life trying to teach you a lesson, and you ain't listen to it because you wanted to do what you wanted to do. It ain't like it didn't make sense. Like we see all the red flags, we see all of the caution signs, but yet we still go and do the same thing that we've done before because it's just what we want to do. We wasn't taught how to be temperate. You understand? What else to say? We wasn't taught, the behavior as becoming holiness. You understand? We was not taught good things. We was not taught these things, and that's really the lesson I'm trying to push in this classroom. You have to teach. That's what life is all about. Life is just a big lesson. Understand? Life is a lesson about what you do, what you don't do, and what happened because of it. The emotions that you go through. You understand? And you teaching these things to your kids, to the younger generation. You understand? Because it don't even really gotta be your kids. It could be somebody who looks up to you. You understand? Or just somebody who has an ear and is willing to listen. It's really about teaching that younger people. Understand? Those younger kids is really about teaching them. We can't make no change in our community if we're not teaching our kids nothing. If we ain't teaching the young bucks nothing or giving them something to look up to besides the niggas on TV that's shooting up everybody, that's rapping about drug dealing, that's rapping about how it's a dog eat dog world. You understand? Because when you get older as a man, you really not trying to look for all the smoke. You just trying to find some peace. Right. You see another black man and you'll nod to him. But when you're young, it's not like that. You see another black man as if he's an enemy. Understand? Because that's what they're being taught through all of the music, through all of the movies, the TV shows, and all that. Right. You understand? You're going to have to combat that and show them something different. Show them how to be a young man or a young woman. You understand me? Like, as a woman, you walk through the streets and men see you and they being all nice to you and one this, that, and the third and trying to talk to you. As a man walking through these streets, you don't get that same thing. You understand? You might get bad stares or whatever the case is. But that's just, them not knowing if you're a friend or foe. You speak to a man, he'll speak back to you. No matter how crazy he might look. You understand? Even though the media portray us as being monsters, we might feel that way. But if you speak to a black man, he's going to speak back to you. I can probably count on one hand, the amount of times I probably spoke to somebody and they ain't say nothing. You understand? Because most of the time they'll greet you back. It's this person that lived on my red block, and I seen him. All right, so at this point, at this time, it was people like young boys that was going around trying to pull on everybody's door on a car to see who door was unlocked and just go inside of it and steal stuff. You understand? I knew this was happening in that area, and I told him. I seen him, trying about to get into his car, and I told him what was happening, and he was like, "Damn, thank you, I appreciate that." And after that, every day he'll speak to me. It's cordial. Now this is a man that's probably drug dealing, got tattoos all over his body, all over his face. You understand? The media will make it seem like this is just a monster. Like you can't say nothing to him. Like Quatazar, you understand? He trying to make a shirt that says we're 100% approachable,
Right.
and that's beautiful.
Right.
You understand me? Because
Right.
that goes against what the media portray us as.
Right.
When these other people from these different countries come to America, all they know is what the media says. They don't got no in-depth details about how life really is in the hood. They got Don't Be a Menace to Society. They got Lil Wayne music. They got the baby music. You understand? They don't really have a real notion about how we are except for through the media. And the media would make it seem like you can't talk to these niggas. Don't ever try to do it. Even at my old house, it was niggas always posted on the corner right next to the Poppy store. And for the longest, I just walk to the store, not say nothing to them. They won't say nothing to me, except for if they had some drugs and I was trying to buy some drugs. You understand? But when I came into the truth, I remember a class where General Mahayaman said that, you see a brother, just speak to him. You know what I'm saying? You see the same brother in your neighborhood, just speak to him while y'all walking past. Like it was what's going on. And you will see a different side that you might not have expected. You understand? You'll just speak to them one time, and after that, they'll speak to you every time you see each other. Because it's really just brotherhood, man. It's really just something that's not taught and not, glamorized. What glamorized is, man, I can't trust these niggas. That's what everybody say inside of a song. It'd be 30 niggas inside the video. He's still rapping about how he can't trust nobody. Can't trust nobody. You understand me? He got a whole girlfriend and still rapping about how he can't trust these hoes. You understand? That's what's portrayed in the media, but that's not really how we are. You understand? That's not really how we are. Speak to a black man that look crazy. He gonna speak back. Oh my God, another time. You understand? That class he taught really stuck with me for a while. I was trying to speak to everybody. Hey, what's going on? I was in the barbershop getting my hair cut down. You understand? And this guy came in, again, a drug dealer, tattoos all over his face and body. But he had this nice, it was like a blue bubble coat, but it was like shiny. You understand? Be it probably like Montclair or something. I don't know. What type of John? That thing was nice. And I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, that jacket is fire. And like first he looked like, huh? But then he heard what I said and he was like thankful. Like you can just tell in his face that he genuinely appreciated that compliment. You understand? This is just how we are as a people. This media that they push into our kids constantly is poisoning their minds. You understand? I hate to sound like that person, but it's poisoning their minds. And you have to combat that damn near daily. You understand? There's just something in me that's just like a fatherly figure that just wanted to give game to the young niggas. You understand? I seen some young niggas at the gas station. I got all the stories today. I seen some young niggas at the gas station. They be doing their thing with their cars. You give them $20 in cash, they'll give you $40 on the card. And they did it for me. you know. And I'm like, I was talking to him like, hey, y'all making money out here. I know y'all making, bank. And he's like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, I'm not the only one that know that y'all getting money. Like other niggas see y'all out here all day doing these scams or whatever y'all doing. They know y'all got a pocket full of money. I'm like, that's your homie right there. That's your homie right there. Make sure y'all watch each other back. And when it's time to leave, y'all leave together with purpose. Don't hang around and play. Leave with purpose. I see what y'all doing. Be safe. You understand? He took what I said and rhythm, like he just took it. You understand? Like, you know what, that do make sense. He went and told his mans, and I kept it pushing. I ain't trying to lecture him all day. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know the nigga. He just out here he just out here doing his thing. I'm just trying to get some gas. I just give him the game on the fly. You understand? This is trying to show them a different side of being a black man, not the side that they only see on TV and the music, or the side that they hear from bitter women. You understand me? Their mom or somebody. You understand? Trying to show them an actual side of somebody who experienced life as a black man. Like, again, I hate to be that person or try to pull that card, but this is just honest. Understand? This is something that you teach to another man that you can't be taught nowhere else, because they ain't teaching it nowhere else. You understand? And of course, same thing goes for the women. Same thing. It's stuff that you can teach a little girl, a little black girl or a Hispanic girl, that nobody else can teach her. Nobody else. Understand? Because nobody gives love like black women, Hispanic women. They give that love, that bond, that nurturing feeling. You understand? They'll take you back time after time from you, being a knucklehead, and they'll still love you and care for you, and this, that, and the third. You understand? It's only things that a black woman can teach a black child, a black daughter. And you gotta be on top of it, because of course, all of this pressure from the world is just swarming them every day. It's coming out the walls. And you gotta be on top of that. That's what this whole class is about. Teaching on people, teaching the younger generation, and really making an impact. You understand? Ugh. Read verse 4.
Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
This part is heavy. You understand? This part is so super heavy, because, of course, if you ain't in the truth, it's going to go over your head. Right. First of all, it's saying that the aged women should teach the young woman to be sober. Of course, like how it says in a few verses above, not giving to much wine. You understand? Not being drunk all the goddamn time. You out partying. You understand? Drinking a bunch of hen dog. You can't remember nothing. Niggas had they way with you 4 or 5 times. You don't remember nothing. It's also speaking about being sober-minded, not so caught up in your emotions. As dangerous as it is for a man to be emotional, it is about doubly dangerous for a woman to be emotional. Do you understand that wars have been fought over women? That the niggas that's dying in the city, a woman probably had a hand in that. You understand me? Because she was being emotional, or she blabbing off at the mouth, like the sister that was arguing with the nigga in the food spot, and her son came in and shot him. That young black man came in and shot another black man because a woman was emotional. She wasn't sober-minded. Of course, because she wasn't taught it by the aged woman. You understand me? Like, we can't put all of this emphasis on the fact that these kids nowadays is lawless, they ignorant, this, that, and the third, without putting as much emphasis on the people that raised them, on the generation that raised them. A lot of people that have a problem with the children before, they belong, or the children that come up after them, they belong to the generation that raised them. So guess what that means? You're going to raise kids that's worse than that. that's worse than your generation, that's worse than the one that's coming up after you, and the one that your children is going to be up in. You understand? Your kids is going to be worse than them because you're not putting enough emphasis on the people that raised you or that raised them. And there's going to be a constant loop, a constant cycle. You understand? A constant cycle. It says that they may teach the young woman to be sober and to love their husbands. That's the heavy part. You understand? Love their husbands. And you see a lot of people in the world with this notion that, oh, well, I ain't going to give my all until I'm married. You understand? I ain't going to give him everything until I'm married, or I got a ring on my finger, or that's wife privileges. According to the Bible, sex is marriage.
Right.
You understand? It says to love their husbands, which means if you having sex with this man, that's your husband.
Right.
You should be giving him wife treatment. You understand me? It ain't no wait till you get a ring on your finger because that's already your husband. But of course, women don't know this. You know what they was taught by aged women? Oh, you gotta go out there and sample everything. Don't try to, get with this one boy. You understand? Go out there and see everything. Because that's what they went through. Like I said, they got aged and they got knowledge, but they don't got no goddamn wisdom. Because that age, you understand me, and that knowledge that they got don't mean nothing. Because they didn't learn from it. If you got all the knowledge in the world and you don't learn from it, what good is it? You understand me? What good is it? You could be the smartest person in the world, but if you fail in every test, what good is it? You understand me? Your potential. It don't matter about no damn potential. It matters about what you're doing. You understand? What you're learning, what you're applying to your life. That's what matters, man. Our aged women tell the young woman to go out and be a hoe. The Bible says that if you have sex with that man, that's your husband. TITHES says that the aged woman should teach the young woman to love their husbands. You understand me? Love their husbands. And of course, that comes with patience. If you don't want this man to be your husband, don't have sex with him. Just like how if a random nigga come up to you and propose to you the first day y'all link up, you're going to say no because you don't know him. You don't want him to be your husband. But it's not the same thing when it comes to sex. It's not the same thing. You understand? If you're not ready to be that man's wife and be with him for the rest of your life, don't have sex with him.
Right.
Understand? But if you have sex with him, the aged woman should be teaching her to love that man, not to leave him, not, oh, you deserve better. You understand me? It don't matter what she deserves now because she married him. She's gonna have to deal with him, or at least try to, be righteous enough to change his mind and change how he act and how he behave. That's what the Bible say. You understand? It says that the believing woman will be able to change the unbelieving husband through her conversation.
Right.
That don't mean by arguing and yelling, you understand, and having an issue every day. It means by how you act, how you conduct yourself. You wonder why a man not coming to see you, or you wonder why this and the third, because of how you act. Some men don't. I mean, some women don't care. If you don't come and see them, oh well, cool. But that's going to be the same thing that happens over and over again. And guess what? The daughter going to be the same way. You understand? She don't gotta care, but that daughter is going to see it and mimic it. Simple as that. You understand? Simple as that. It says, teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, and to love their children. This love is speaking about teaching your kids, like the same thing I've been saying this whole class over and over and over and over again. Teach your kids, man. You understand? It don't get no more simple than that. That's why it says, raise up a child when they are young, and when they're old, they're not going to depart from it. Because kids are highly impressionable. Highly impressionable. You understand? It ain't no way around it. If you're teaching them this at a young age, when they get older, they ain't going to depart from it because it's going to be instilled inside of them. And that ain't gonna come from you just saying it once or twice or here and there. It's gonna come from you really pushing it into their mind, not being overbearing, but you talking to them like they're another human being that has emotions. You understand? Not just like they your kid and they should listen to whatever the hell you say, but like they're an actual person that needs some instructions and need to navigate through all of these emotions that they're feeling. You understand? It's one thing to be confused. It's another thing to be talked to like you ain't nothing. You understand? It's a whole different thing. As a child, of course, a child think that they know everything, but deep down, when they go through something and they start feeling these emotions, they realize they don't know what the hell is going on. And then here you come as a parent yelling at them, lecturing them over and over about nothing. They don't care because you've been talking for a damn 3 hours and they've been checked out. You understand? They've been checked out. That's really the whole essence of this class, man. I can't push it no more than that. And that's something that we don't do enough as a people, as a generation. You understand? We quick to blame kids for being bad, but we not going to hold ourselves to the same, same what is the word I'm looking for? Hold ourselves to the same standard. Yeah. we can't hold ourselves to the same standard as the kids that we're raising. That don't make sense, man. It don't make sense. How are you going to expect something from your kid that you're not even showing them? That you're not even showing them, and you shouldn't expect it. Honestly, you should just expect them to be another person, that was raised by the media. That's what you should expect. You should expect sons that's going to turn in drugs and switch their religion and date white women and go to jail. If you're not actively teaching your kids not to do those things, because this word is going to continue to teach them. You should expect your daughters to go out and get pregnant. You understand? And probably have abortions and get beat on by their men and get left and cheated and lied to. You should expect them to be loudmouth. You understand? And just no peace in them. No peace to give to another man. You understand? If you're not teaching them daily. You understand? That's the goal. If you can get it in there and just really have a talk with them. Like I said, like they're another human being. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't really treat our children like they're humans. We treat them like they belong to us, like they're a goddamn puppy. We treat our kids like they're a pet. You understand? That's about as best as I can explain it. You understand? If you don't want to see your pet, you're gonna put them in a damn cage or put them out in the backyard and let them go. If you don't want to see your kids, you're gonna just send them outside or put them in front of a damn tablet or something, and just that's it. And you gotta treat our kids like they're human beings with emotions. You understand? Of course, still give them that discipline, but really treat them like they're a person. You understand? We got any questions online?
I'll check it.
All right, Con. With that being said, this was the Tuesday Brotherhood class. I'm preaching officer of 1,000, Malak. You understand? Holding down the Tuesday class. Let me see something. Slovakia. That being said, pass the class off the preaching officer, Quata Zachariah.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. start out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the heads and speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means 10th in the Hebrew. My I.S.U.P.K, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you will like. Upcoming holy convocations. September 15th, the memorial blowing of trumpets.
Right.
So make sure y'all be there. Bring some food, drinks, have a good time.
Yep.
Announce, remind I.S.U.P.K and I.S.U.P.K to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, I'm Madi. Alright, we're gonna get a brother's one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, how about Shimei Al-Shah Dum? Yazimatah, Sar, that means turn, sisters, Yeshavi means to stand. You're going to cup your hand like so, and have your feet at a 45-degree angle. And then when the brothers salute, you smack your chest and you salute the brothers back. Men of Israel, we're going to get a sister one crazy salute. Men of Israel, Madi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Bashim Shah Brakda.
So like one time.
All right. Barak.
Yahweh Shemar Alatha Bashim Shah.
Judge of the top.